Hey, welcome. It's Brian, and today we're going to talk about my top 5 worst bass players in rock. Of course, these are my opinions. I'm sure these players have great attributes that I am missing, or maybe I'll even admit them. I don't know. But please, in the comments, let me know what you think, and also maybe list some of your favorite songs by these players to kind of convince me otherwise. So here we go, starting out with Noel Redding. This is a common one I've talked about on this channel. I'm a huge fan of Hendrix. I love the Band of Gypsies era of Hendrix with Billy Cox and Buddy Miles. And I never thought Mitch Mitchell or Noel Redding really gave Jimmy the space and kind of the environment for him to really kind of bloom and take off till he got with Buddy Miles and Billy Cox. Now, I get that Noel Redding, I think he was a guitar player before. I think he was thrown into that situation. It was maybe, who knows, maybe it was for money or something else, or maybe he could just kind of do the gig well enough and Jimmy liked him. I never really actually have read either way whether Jimmy liked Mitch Mitchell or Noel Redding. But for me, they were just such straight players that Jimmy could not really blossom till he kind of moved on in his career and met people like Buddy Miles and Billy Cox, especially Billy Cox. Now, I think later it was Mitch Mitchell and Billy Cox, like towards the end of Hendrix's life. I think Jimmy at least had Billy Cox to lay down those incredible, cool kind of bass lines that kind of help the music breathe, even with Mitch Mitchell flailing away in the background, and let Jimmy kind of still have some space. And that is my opinion on Noel Redding. Next on this list is Les Claypool, which I've listened to Primus, and I definitely think there's some great quirkiness to it. I love that Les has brought kind of that fretless and this really adventurous spirit to playing that kind of music. And I don't mind that it's goofy or whatever, but it just never really. I never listened to any other records with any great satisfaction afterwards. I'd see a video here and there or whatever, and go, "Oh, that's unique or interesting," but as a listener, did not pull me in. So, Les Claypool. Next on the list is Flea. This one's a little harder because early on in the Red Hot Chili Peppers career, I definitely loved the first 3 records quite a bit. Saw them quite a bit early on when I was a kid, in the 80s. And I really thought Flea really brought this great propulsive thumping and popping kind of technique to kind of rock music. Obviously, we all know they kind of merge kind of this cool funkiness, kind of punk ethos with kind of rock ethos as well. So, or ethos, however you want to say it. And so, but I see as time has gone by, I recently saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Flea in his 50s, and God love him, he can still jump around and all of that. But I didn't really. I would rather he just concentrate on playing bass. So, as the years have gone by, I've gotten more like not into that type of playing and his playing in general. As a band, I think they're great, and they've definitely had a lot of great records. Even some newer ones have been really great, but just him just doesn't really click with me anymore. So anyway, Flea. Next on my list, I don't know. I'm just trying to make a list. And this one was Bill Wyman from the Rolling Stones. Um, Rolling Stones probably have, 50 great songs, all really unique, all very much them, all of that. But, I guess when I'm talking about all these players, it's not necessarily all about the musicality and it's not about the technique. It's about a combination of all of it. Like, I want them to leap off the page, and a Bill Wyman isn't that kind of guy. So, you just kind of take it for what it's worth. So, this isn't necessarily is he the worst bass player in rock history. It's just he's just not interesting. Maybe I should call these the least interesting players in rock. Next on the list is Victor Wooten, who I know is an incredible bass player and a great musician and seems like a beautiful person and all of that. I just never really got his bass playing. It's this hyper technical thing sometimes and then some really serious groove stuff. But I guess every time I go to listen to it, I just lose interest right away. So my top 5 least interesting bass players in rock are as follows: Noel Redding, I'll stick by that, Les Claypool, Flea, Bill Wyman, and of course, Victor Wooten. So I am Brian. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you soon. Bye.